Rusky Ed here with review lesson number 3.
It's time to learn a little Russian to cram words in your head. И когда эта песня играет, it's time for Rusky Ed.
In the last 6 lessons, we covered conjunctions, pronouns, and a few miscellaneous words. The conjunctions were fairly easy to understand how to use, and the same can be said of the miscellaneous words. But the pronouns got just a bit more confusing. We will deal with the pronouns in more detail when we get to grammar. But for now, it's enough to just become acquainted with them. We will first review the conjunctions covered in lessons 13 and 14. And they were I, which means and, ili for or, no, which is the strong form of but, a, which is the weak form of but, yisli for if, tagda, which means then, adnako, which means however, hatya, which means although, shtobui, which means in order to, patamoshto, which means because, iza, which means because of, paetamo, which means therefore, zato, but then, takje, which means also, and tolje, which also means also, возможно means perhaps, and finally, может быть, which means maybe. Our sample phrases for the conjunctions include medleno noverno, which means slowly but surely, если он хочет, which means if he wants to, and я тоже не знаю, which means I don't know either, although if we look at the word order, it's like, I also don't know. In lesson 15, we covered some miscellaneous words, including весь, which means all, никогда, which means never, теперь, which means now, всегда, which means always, ничего, which means nothing, and только, which means only. We have a single sample phrase for the miscellaneous words, and that is теперь или никогда, which means now or never. We dealt with the complicated world of Russian pronouns in lessons 16, 17, and 18. We'll just take a look at a few sample phrases for the pronouns. And now for the sample phrases for the pronouns. There are several, so listen carefully. On idет домой means he is going home. Вы правы means you're right. Я не понимаю means I don't understand. Наше письмо means our letter. Его книга means his book. Ему нужен отпуск means he needs a vacation. Мне нужно помощь means I need help. And у меня есть книга means I have a book. And this is Rusky Ed, signing off. До свидания.
And now you should have a few more Russian words crammed in your head. И когда эта песня закончена, that's all from Rusky Ed.